4 years after the start of the civil war in Syria, there are now more than 4 million Syrian refugees. That's a sixth of the population. As the UN Refugee Agency released these latest figures, its head, Antonio Guterres, called it the worst humanitarian crisis of our generation. Aurore Dupuis reports.
Running for safety. These Syrian refugees flee the war that's ravaged their country for nearly 5 years. They've left their homes behind and are seeking help in neighbouring countries. Like them, more than 4 million people have fled, and that's only counting registered refugees. Most of them are women and children. Nearly 2 million Syrians are now living in camps in Turkey, more than 1 million in Lebanon. The rest have found refuge in Iraq, Jordan and Northern Africa. According to the UN, this is the worst refugee crisis from a single conflict in a generation.
The conditions in the neighboring countries are getting worse. And this is really because, first of all, the vast numbers, the lack of infrastructure, but mostly because the funding required by humanitarian organizations like UNHCR and our partners is just not coming in at the level that is needed to address just the basic needs of refugees.
NGOs say they need more than $4 billion in extra funding. Much needed cash, particularly to help the internally displaced. 7.6 million people living in dire conditions.